Good morning, hope you're doing well. It's raining outside. There's a construction going on across the street from us, and it's really a beautiful building that's being built. Be another 6 or 7 months before they turn it over to the people that have already bought in the building, but they're doing a great job. It's got a great foundation, should be a great place, good investment. But anytime it rains here in Brazil, like it's raining today here in the city of São Paulo, it's a dangerous time, especially for the people who live in the poorest neighborhoods, because we have huge communities that are built on hillsides, and they're not regulated, they're not controlled, they're not under anybody's real authority, and they have very poor foundations. And so when the rain comes, those people are at great risk. It's really, really sad. It's almost a problem that you can't figure out how that they're ever going to get that solved. Let me read some words to you from Jesus about how the universe works when he said this: "Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. But everyone who hears these sayings of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it fell, and great was its fall." You know, it's really sad to see people who, for whatever reason, and most of them they can't control their reasons, they end up in a situation every time it rains and every time the wind blows, they're not just concerned, they're worried very deeply, and they have reason to be concerned. Sometimes when we watch people living out their lives, we think that we can actually get away with certain things, and we get frustrated sometimes as Christians because we see people living a certain way, and we say, wow, they're getting away with things, and man, we need to kind of make sure that they don't get away with those things. Well, Jesus didn't behave like that. He was very calm, and in the day that he was living and preaching, people were doing incredibly unwise and ungodly things too. But he was calm. Why is that? It's because the universe has already been designed in such a way that nobody gets away with violating the very nature of the universe. If you build on sand, you might get a long phase of time where it looks like everything's fine. But when the rain comes and the winds come, and they will come, the foundation has to be made in such a way that it will hold things together. You know, when I see the situation here in Brazil, it's almost like you could wish you could start over from zero, and you could help every single person find a place where they could build on rock, and that they could actually be able to lay down at night and sleep. People here literally who live in these really poor communities, when it starts to rain, it can be life and death. And you know, sometimes we see people who live in the nicer neighborhoods of our cities, or maybe they have a lot of material things, and we think, oh, they're safe. None of us is safe unless we build on the rock of righteousness. And that's why Jesus' words are so important. If I don't build my life on the words of Jesus, then the rain and the wind and the floods will come. And everything I've built will not be able to stand up, because it just can't. The universe is designed to cooperate with love, to cooperate with righteousness. You know, a lot of the finest Christians I've ever met live in some of the poorest neighborhoods here in Brazil. And they're building their lives on the rock Jesus. They don't have much of a choice many times about where they're going to try and lay down and go to sleep at night, but they do have this choice. They can listen to Jesus, and many of them are building incredibly stable lives. Sometimes it just doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? But it is true that if you build your house on the words of Jesus, the rains can come, the floods can come, and the winds can come, and your house, your life will not fall. Build your life on the words of Jesus, and you'll have rock underneath you, and you can lay down and go to sleep at night and know that everything will be okay with your life. God bless you.